Alright, hello everybody, welcome to another video today. My name is Chris, and today we're going to be going over a possible idea and replacement for the Century 21 department store, the former, Century 21 department store located at Bergen Town Center in Paramus, New Jersey. Yes, they did drop the outlet's name, so now it is called Bergen Town Center. The recent change was implemented in November of 2020, which was last month. So this is a lot of space at the mall that has become vacant. I mean, aside from Last Call Neiman Marcus, but this is the third largest spot in the mall, with Whole Foods being number 2 and Target obviously being number 1. This is a lot of space to work with, and the question is, what can Urban Edge do with this space? Well, it is quite complicated because it is unlikely that another department store will move in, especially in this day and age, given the shift from in-store shopping to online shopping. So I believe the most simple solution to this problem is the mall doing a new wing. Now, it actually is not that, it's typically, not unnormal to see that. We're seeing that with the former JCPenney spot at Westfield Garden State Plaza. They're going to have a middle connector between between the east part of the mall and the west part of the mall. We don't know yet what's going on the third floor, but we know that it's going to be a new mall wing that's most likely going to be going there. So they're already using existing space within the mall and squeezing in a few more tenants within the property. And I believe the same thing is going to happen with the former Century 21 spot at Bergen Town Center. I also think that the mall is going to take on a whole ambitious project, given the fact that they now have this opportunity to seize on it, and it would help out the mall tremendously. So I do think what is going to happen is right where the former entrance for Century 21 was. We're going to be seeing a new type of wing connecting from this part of the mall all the way right to the main store's entrance. And, actually this would create that missing link between the actual mall and the street level. And the mall could do some kind of great, amazing logo, make it really, really nice. I mean, I think personally this is what the mall really needs to do, because then this actually adds an opportunity for more outlets to come in and take up spaces in the mall. You could have a couple of outlets like here. No, that's not going to work. You could have some here. These little black things that I'm making right now just shows an example of how many tenants you could fit within this corridor, at least on the first floor. So you could certainly fit a couple of tenants on this floor. Obviously, the whole spot would have to be reconfigured, which is actually not that hard. The escalators from the original Century, I believe, would remain. The elevator would remain, at least the Kone. But I do believe that if they're going to take on this ambitious project, these escalators would have to be scrapped. And instead of them being horizontal, they would have to be vertical, meaning they would go up to like a second floor, because they also have to fill this in. So I believe what they're going to do is they're going to make this a new wing that connects to the actual street, giving more accessibility to the interior of the mall from the street. It just makes a lot of sense, and considering how big Century 21's spot at the mall was when they moved in the year of 2006 after the Macy's store closed, this would certainly be ideal, and I could very well see Urban Edge doing this down the road. They would certainly have to reconfigure some of these service corridors. They could potentially reuse the old Century 21 elevators as service elevators. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. But I do think that this is ideal because, again, this is connecting the existing mall right here. Let me Command-Z that real quick. This is connecting the existing mall with the actual street and Route 4, and I think this is a great way to get people into the mall from the mall's side that faces Route 4 East. I think it's very ideal, and I think it's very possible that this could happen. Now, as for the second floor, that's a little bit more tricky. I do think it is going to be part of some big new project that the mall is going to have to take on, given that this is just a lot of vacant space. And considering they did a Burlington, I think it is ideal for the mall to take on something really ambitious now and go forward with that two-level expansion that they were talking about early on. So, again, the second floor... Wrong pen. I also do think that there is going to be a new set of escalators right here, and these little dots are representing some of those escalators. Yeah, let's just say that that dot right there is going to represent one of the mall's escalators, because I can't really do it much better than that. So then the second floor would be the same story, just as the first floor would be. So we have a long, nice corridor here. And as a matter of fact, what they could do with the second floor is they could very well do like an escalator type of entrance. And then even, I mean, again, having the stores going here and here and here, and then maybe having some big store, right here in that portion of the mall, kind of like almost like an end store, or maybe even like a restaurant, maybe like a nice true mall restaurant that views Route 4, as paying tribute to the actual restaurant that used to be in that former Stern spot. This would pay tribute to that. I think that could be something really interesting. So again, they could do the same thing with the stores. Line them up like this. I know this isn't the great way to represent it. I'm going to actually try and redo this a little bit better for you guys. So we could see it like this, and like this, and then create some more stores this way. So almost something like this. I mean, it's not going to look exactly like this, but I think it would be something certainly ideal for the mall structure. I know this isn't great looking, but I'm just trying to really show it here. And then I do believe that this corridor, or this wing at least, would expand out into here. You could very well do another mall wing that goes all the way to Target. You do something like this, and actually have it come all through the mall, all the way, I don't know why this is doing that, to the existing Burlington Bridge. Well, no, I did not want an arrow. I don't know why it's giving me an arrow. So we go all the way to the bridge here. No, that's screwing me up. Okay. All right, so it would go from here. It would connect here. Why is it giving me arrows? I don't want arrows. This is really troubling me now. But they could go like this. So that would be one part of the wing, and they could actually eliminate some of the parking too, because there really is a lot of unnecessary parking on like 3 and 4, and they could make the deck a little bit smaller to give way to some more retail. And even if they have to, they could certainly build a second deck. I mean, that's really, they could certainly do that, say in one of the parking lots, maybe I don't know, maybe near the Whole Foods or something, if they really wanted to build a parking deck. Or they could build another parking deck near Target, or I don't know. But yeah, I could certainly see the wing expanding all the way to Burlington. So I think it would be something like this, and then again, you'd have tenants on the second floor, like this, and you would just have a whole bunch of new tenants. Well, did not mean to do that. I don't know why that did that, but just a whole bunch of tenants, and then you could have another like almost like a seating area around here, and then you squeeze in a couple more tenants here. I don't know why. I'm sorry, guys, if this keeps doing that. You squeeze in a couple more tenants here, and you squeeze in a couple more, and maybe have a nice big store on top of Whole Foods. That could be something. I could see more tenants being built here. You could have 2 tenants, split this in half. This parking could be eliminated to make way for some more tenants. And then finally, you could actually have a second floor entrance with some escalators and elevators installed by Target, and and have a second floor entrance. That way people can go from the first and the second floor into the actual mall. So, what do I think of this plan? I think this is a great plan, and I know that in the post-COVID era, there's going to be demand for some more outlet stores, and I personally think, if they get a good, I would say maybe like 10 or 12, stores in here, this could really, get the mall back up on its feet. And, this mall has certainly fallen on some hard times before. So this isn't the first time the mall has fallen on some hard times. But I think this revitalization plan with all types of outlets coming into the mall, I think it really does give the mall an edge to compete with, say, something as the Mills at Jersey Gardens and something, say, Woodbury Commons premium outlets in Central Valley. The question is, though, can they take on this plan, and will the money be there in the post-COVID market? That remains to be, answered. But I don't think this plan would happen now. I think this plan they would wait a couple of years until, people are vaccinated and stuff and stores feel confident and comfortable opening up outlet stores again. I think this is a really interesting and ambitious plan, and I think this is something that the mall could really take on. I mean, considering, this is a big vacancy for the mall, losing the Century 21 store. But also, Century 21's vacancy is an advantage for the mall because now they can finally take those plans to add a second floor off the shelves. They don't have to just do the simple, little bridge to Burlington like they did. Now they actually have an available space where they can revitalize it and create a new kind of shopping experience using the existing structure within the mall, which personally I think it saves money, and it will definitely bring some more crowds going to the mall going into the post-COVID era. So anyways, guys, thank you again for watching this video, and what are your thoughts on this ambitious plan? If you guys have any thoughts or any other way you guys think that this might not work, let me know in the comment section below. But I believe this is what the mall's future is. I do see them putting a restaurant on the second floor of the mall, to pay homage to the former Stern's restaurant. I think that could be something unique. And I think personally for the third floor, those other two vacant spaces, they could very well be used for one of the tenants on the second floor, depending on if they need extra space or not. So anyways, guys, thank you again for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed this video, and that will be it.